Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dandy Chainsaw Man. Tonight we're on episode 9. Last episode was just a nightmare. It was just terrible. It was just horrible. It was just horrible news. They just started killing like every character. The sword devil guy, the sword man. I mean, we got Chainsaw Man. That's Denji. The sword variant, which we've seen jumping around in the OP, actually showed up. It seems that all these. The gun devil, this is like the gun devil fighting back or something, because all the guys got guns, and Makima, bam bam bam, she's donezo, or at least she was shot. I don't think she's dead. That's my little copium. We'll put that in the corner. We'll get to that in a second. But I mean, tons of people were just shot. They kind of off-screen shot at Kobeni and Arai. I don't think Kobeni's dead, nor do I really think Arai's dead. Arai could maybe be shot. I mean, if memory serves, I think they might have been wearing the suits. The suits, of course, are pretty good against bullets, because that's what we saw with Aki. So that's something. At the same time, they're not going to off-screen Kobeni. I mean, it's Kobeni. You know, I feel like she's an important enough character, and she has a unknown devil contract that like gives her like a plot armor until we figure out what that is. Maybe we can dream, we can hope. On this list of the dead and the alive, we have Himeno as well, which is definitely the most confirmed, and I would say like just is confirmed. She's just gone, which is horribly sad. Because you know, she was a really like, I like how like her character, right? Like she had some issues, you know, with the whole Denji thing and the whole minor thing and the whole getting like completely wasted drunk and taking Denji to her room, and you know, like she has some problems. She's very human in that regard, but at the same time, we see her like being willing to sacrifice herself for something, for Aki, you know, for love. And that's just like, that's something you just gotta respect anytime you see it. So that like makes it so much more painful and makes it so much worse, because it's not like it was just like some perfect hero. I mean, it felt, she was very human. She was very grounded. So to see her disappear, and to see her disappear in such a, you know, sad way, you know, part by part being taken away, was really sad, especially because she was doing this to power up the ghost devil, who ended up getting chomped by the snake devil. You know, like, we can't win. I mean, we keep throwing in the same regard, we keep throwing these crazy like last ditch effort abilities at these guys here, but it's just not working. I mean, Himeno sacrifices herself, disappears piece by piece to the ghost devil. Maybe she still is somehow tied to the ghost devil and is still like alive, though that's complete cope. I mean, think about it, right? The ghost devil is the devil of ghosts, phantoms, the soul after it's left the body. And then Himeno dies. Maybe her soul is somehow a part of the ghost devil now or something. I don't know. Though I don't know if that's really the case. It's because, I mean, in her wording said she, like, take everything from me or whatever, like take all of me. So it was like an offering up instead of just like kill me. So I don't know. There's like a very small chance that something will come out of that. But on that point of like of great sacrifices, I mean, Aki pulls out his sword, which he wasn't, or Himeno didn't want him to pull out with the hotel, you know, with the Eternity Devil, because to use the sword, which of course is like a nail, which refers to the Cursed Devil, is like, wait, you know what's crazy? The Cursed Devil is like a nail. This is random. There's a random thought. Nail, right? It's like a nail sword. And then when he had shanked the sword dude, the sword man dude, 3 times with it, and then like activated the curse, the sword dude was like crucified. So it's like the nail is, at least like for, you know, like Jesus Christ and the crucifixion of Christ, like is what actually was like right here, right? Like embedded onto the cross. So there's probably some connection there with the nail of the sword, referencing the nails that bound, or that crucified Christ and all that. Cool little analogy. That's probably intentional, or maybe it's not and I'm just making things up, who knows. On the point though, Aki activates this ability that of course like drains his energy, reduces his lifespan, or reduces his lifespan is what we know more so. That like takes years off his life. And that still, he completely succeeds and stabs the guy. Cursed Devil doesn't do anything. The sword guy gets right back up. So, I mean, we got a power. At least Power isn't busy dealing with Himeno anymore. So at least Power's around. Denji got shot in the head. He has regen if we can just pull his cord. I believe in pulling the cord. We'll get him back on his feet. Though who knows, right? So maybe Power's gonna pull his cord, and then he'll fight the sword guy, and then Aki and Power will fight Snake Lady. Maybe. Who knows? Of course, the Gun Devil is the thing that's like tying all this together because, I mean, I kind of think Pochta was shot by the Gun Devil because Pochta had the two like wounds on its belly or on his belly. It was a dude. Poor Pochta. I miss Pochta. You know, so like, because I'm thinking, right? They said the mafia dude that before he shot Denji said that they wanted his heart. You know, referring to I think the Gun Devil. So, like the Gun Devil wants Chainsaw. You know, Chainsaw being Pochta, Chainsaw now being Denji. So there's an element there that's like important, which I kind of just like my train of thought just kind of crashed a little bit. Not gonna lie. Makima, let me unbox the Makima cope that I like put aside earlier. Makima's the girl of like hypnotism. She's like she's like probably contracted with like the hypnotism devil or the hallucinogen devil or the, I don't know, the snail devil. I don't freaking know, but something based on the OP, right? In the OP, she's very focused on eyes. Her eyes, of course, are very unique. And she is feeding Denji like some sort of like multicolored rainbow-esque snail. And then that causes him to go into like a psychedelic state that then makes him go chainsaw mode. That's kind of like what's going on there, it seems. So for Makima to just get shot, it makes me think, okay, maybe she didn't actually get shot and she like somehow hallucination deviled her way out of it. And seeing that like she seems pretty smart. She seemed to be pretty on top of like everything she did. So for her to like have known about this like right before it happened or been able to pick up the clues of, you know, everybody pulling the guns out on the train, like surely she was ready for it and she didn't just sit on the train and get shot, right? I mean, surely we can hope. And then Kobeni and Arai, of course, they got attacked by like a grandma with a gun. It's a grandma. They're not going to off-screen Kobeni. I'm chilling in that regard. Maybe Arai got shot. Though, if I remember right, they were wearing the suits, and the suits are semi-bulletproof. Point being with Aki, right, he took a shot from freaking the guy with the gun devil that ended up actually being the sword guy, was it not? And he was tied to the mafia leader. That sucks. That sucks. Denji's past is haunting him. And also his present with the chainsaw heart, because the chainsaw heart is causing a lot of things to want him to die. Basically, Gun Devil's a problem. Everything's a problem. Rest in peace, Himeno. She was the realest of the real ones. Like, surprisingly. I actually, like, that episode characterized her really quickly, like, with her sitting with Denji and them promising to, like, help each other with each other's love interests. I mean, that's just so sweet, and, like, we'll never see that in fruition, because she's, of course, dead, or at least has been taken by the Ghost Devil. Which seems akin to death, but of course there is still a potentiality that she's not entirely dead and that she's just a ghost, or I don't freaking know. Just because of the very specific way she died, there's like a little bit of hope, maybe. I'm just saying it just in case it happens, but I'm not really like gonna bank on it. I am banking on Makima. I'm banking on Makima. I'm not banking on Himeno, because Himeno was definitely treated as like a super death, you know. So yeah, problems, basically. Let's jump into this episode. I did also get a copy of ED 5 and 6's lyrics, so I'll try to look at that after this episode. Forewarning, I guess. But yeah, let's jump into this episode 9. Of course, let me take a sip from my Dr. Pepper. A lot of talking, getting my throat all messed up. And you need to get nice and caffeinated. Get yourself a drink. If you don't have a drink, you can have a sip of mine. Oh. Hope you enjoyed. And before I pour Dr. Pepper on my webcam and it like goes across my computer monitor and makes everything sticky. Okay, let's jump into this episode. Enough of that. In 3, 2, 1. BAM! What is this sword guy's name? I don't even know. Oh, this is like her last moments, right? This snake girl is crazy too. She's such a problem. Like, what's her consequence for using the snake devil, right? Like, what contract did she make? It's hard to tell. Oh, a fingernail. She lost a fingernail. But I mean, come on, losing a fingernail to one-shot the ghost devil that Himeno sacrificed her entire body for, that doesn't seem that fair. But, you know, I'll let it slide because we don't know the specifics. The fiend ran off. Did she take Denji? Please power. Please power. Ghost? Is she gonna... Oh! Thank you, Ghost Devil, dude. That's what I was looking for. Don't damage the heart? Oh no, what do you want with chainsaw? That's true. Man looks like a bad guy. You're done. I don't play around with sword guy. I'm sick of this guy. Oh, don't. Okay, the OP. You could feel they were about to pull the OP. I'm just thinking. Denji in chainsaw mode needs blood. Blood is his fuel, which is just such a cool thing by itself, right? Blood as like the fuel for his heart. His heart being a chainsaw engine. I mean, that's just sick. Man, maybe these other characters are gonna come in clutch. What about Angel Girl and Missile Head, Shark Head back there? Maybe they'll clutch it out. Also, I don't blame Power for running off. That seems pretty reasonable, given the circumstance. And she's a fiend, you know, like, I'll let it slide. Though, man, with the shot of Makima, like, doing the eye thing and the blood splattering behind her, like, I originally thought that was Denji, like, activating the chainsaws, they're bursting out from his flesh, you know, blood everywhere. Though it could also be Makima getting domed, which is horrible. I think it's Denji. I think it's more Denji than it is foreshadowing of her death, but it serves both. So thank you, Ghost Devil. Himeno picked a great one to contract with. It literally post-mortem clutches Denji's heart, you know, or the channel, the cord. So Atari, oh, your name is getting written. Send reinforcements. Oh, you scared of him. Please don't kill Aki. At least the sword guy's injured as well, right? Yow. This show is so weird. Or the heart? I thought we weren't supposed to shoot the heart. Interesting. Oh. He just elbow dropped that guy. Cut him up. Drink his blood. Or maybe not. Let's see, let's see. Don't lick him. Okay, dude. Nah, he's charging up his shot, bro. It's like he's drawing a blade, you know? Quick draw, you're done. That's not good. Ah! Ah! I don't know. No. Oh no, that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, at least you're like mortally wounded. Or I bet he's out of juice. He's tired because he keeps doing the quick draw attack. Okay, Denji. I know you just got cut in half, but I really need you to kill him right here, right now. Dude, what? It was just so matter of fact. There wasn't any big splurts or... Is that Arai? They did kill Arai. Ah, the suit wasn't enough. Shot him in the head. Oh no, not a bunch of them. They cut to Kobeni again. Or, I mean, Makima again. Wait, maybe Makima is dead. And they got Denji? They left Aki alive, right? Let's go! Let's go, Makima! That's my girl. That's what this is everything I like to see. Makima's the best one. I'm here for her. You thought you got her. No shot. She's the hallucinogen wizard. I'm sick of you. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Right when they got me thinking that she was dead, they brought her right back. Perfect. She will never die. Are these all the... Is this the train she was on? She gonna walk out covered in blood? Oh, that's her. She's the one right there. Thank you, Makima. What if Makima's like a fiend? That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe she got regen. That's what we like to see. Oh, I feel so much better. I mean, it's still horrible because everything's going horribly wrong. This isn't mine. Oh, she's lying. How did she do that? Whoa, she put holes in them. Okay. That's because Makima's... Dude, of course the division leader Makima's going to be crazy strong. She's got dogs like Denji the Chainsaw Man. Obviously, she's going to be pretty powerful. Gun's not going to do squat. That's exactly what we like to see. Okay. Go save your dogs. This is why I love her. Because she'll take care of her dogs. I like that competency. Ooh. What for? We're gonna sacrifice 30 people? To who? Great news. Okay. Dude, I can't believe Denji lost to the sword guy. That's actually so brutal. And it wasn't even close. Oh, this is the death row convicts. They're fattening them up. Or at least just feeding them snacks. Makima changing into clean clothes. I'm sure that got someone acting unwise. Let me write Tendo down. Now that like half of our cast died, we need people to replace them. Maybe Tendo will be one of them. What are you about to do to these randos? She got some sort of ritualistic execution ability. Oh, this is sword. Chainsaw. What did Tenji? I'm also so confused because Denji's situation was so specific, right? Pochita was willing to become his heart and revive him. Like, how was that replicated with Sword Guy, you know? Like, what was his story? Oh, you're gonna get chopped. Is Makima doing something? Was that Makima? Verify Makima's body, bro. Makima, that's what we like to see. She just sniped that guy and... Oh, you're done too. What is her... Dude, she's so OP if she's able to do this. What's happening? Has to do with a raven as well, or like a crow. Maybe that's one of the other people's abilities. Oh, we're about to find out. It needs to be at a temple too. Makima's my girl. Her devil contracts plural. Dude, she's got the bird devil so she can target people and the instant squish murder devil. She needs to know their name. Dude. That's exactly what we like to see. Though the problem, one girl, freaking Takashi, Sawatari, or whatever her name, knew that this was Makima's doing. So that means they might have an idea on her power set. Oh, that's terrifying. I'm fine with this, though. I mean, rip those death row convicts. You're on death row. It is what it is. But if you want to play with the gun devil, then expect to get squished. Oh, Denji's just laying there. Poor Denji. Why wasn't she able to get them, though? Because I'm sure she would have liked to be able to one-shot Mrs. Snake Devil and Mr. Sword Guy, you know? Yeah, okay. She can't anymore. Dude, and she's far away too. She's in Kyoto. Bullshit power like this. It actually is bullshit. A plane. Kobeni! After Arai got shot. Oh, why is the Grandma so good at aiming? Dude, Kobeni's about to go insane. See how she was holding a knife too? Wait, I love Kobeni. Dude, she pulls the snake out because she's scared. What? How is Kobeni this strong? Wait. Oh, good move, good move. Using Denji as a human shield. We don't know if Sword Guy has regen. That's unbelievable. What is your devil? Dude, Kobeni just looks done with it. She just looks like... I don't understand. I can't believe Kobeni clutched it out. I take it back. I take back all the bullying I've ever done to you. Aww. Pull his cord. Of course she says, what the heck? Oh, that's so adorable. Poor Arai. Arai deserves so much better. There's like 2 shots on the neck. That's just horrible. It wasn't a good shot. I don't understand her ability. It's like when she freaks out the most, she like gains this incredible like combat fluency. He did. Oh, this poor girl. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Kobeni. You're not going to be seeing her again. Dude, she clutched it. Oh, I'm so proud of her. Your name's Madoka? Madoka Magica? Why did all these guys got scars? That would follow. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we're making up for all the characters that died. Good. Good stuff. No opinion on that? It does. It is bad news. A great question. And why didn't you warn people if it was a lot? Oh, you quit. You don't get that intel. Oh, I'm scratching Madoka out. He quit. That's what I was saying, dude. Makima, of course, knows everything. She's a genius. She's the top dog, other than her top dog. She's the leader of the division. Though, why would you... I don't know. We'll see. Oh my goodness. This show is so crazy. At least we got Denji back. I can't believe he lost that quick. That really... Oh, come on. It's like every part of Himeno, right? It's like her intestines and her blood and her eyes all being like taken. Ooh, and then turn into a bird to cut to Makima. Good stuff. Whoa. Oof. Then she turns to smoke, the smoke of a cigarette, because that's like what she shared with Aki, right? Oh man. Okay, well that episode was obviously really good. Dude, what Kobeni? Kobeni said, "Oh, me? Oh, me? Yeah, I'm that one. I'm that guy." And then her goofy run. She looks so goofy when she's running around with her knife. Like, look at this. Do not. What is this? What is she doing? But you cannot deny that she's proficient. But like, oh. I cannot. I just can't believe that. I'm glad that the Makima cope ended up being accurate. Because it's Makima. She just obviously is high power level. But then to a degree, I think she let everyone die. So that... But for what reason? If she knew they were going to be attacked, why wouldn't she, like, tell everyone? I mean, I would guess it's because, like, if you tell everyone you're going to get attacked, then the attack's not going to happen because everybody knows. So, like, the Gun Devil people aren't going to be able to catch anyone off guard. And so they'll just, like, give up immediately. So, like, by allowing the Gun Devil group to get a surprise attack on everyone, you know, minus Makima because she actually knew about it, she's forcing the engagement to happen, which then, like, will, you know, stir up the Gun Devil or something. I mean, I could see that being the case. That seems to make the most sense. That ED was crazy with Himeno. That's a very obviously a Himeno ED. Her arms disappearing in the beginning here. Wow, they're animated so beautifully. I don't even know when the arm disappears. It's smart. They're using like the arm moves in front of the hip section here to like hide it disappearing, but then when it gets grabbed, the sleeve like responds. And then like gets caught by the wind. Oh, so good. And then, yeah, the focus on, like, eyes and, like, stitch work right here. I mean, this kind of reminds me of Pochta a little bit. But I think it's just Himeno's, like, body being, like, taken piece by piece. But then, like, up from the blood, right, from what she sacrificed, there's flowers, there's vines. Because, of course, it was like a noble sacrifice. And that let, I mean, what did it let happen? I suppose it forced the sword guy to, like, use up a lot more than he wanted to, which then opened up Kobeni to be able to steal Denji back. So it did matter, right? Because if sword guy was, like, didn't have to fight Denji at all and wasn't attacked by the ghost devil, like, to the degree that he was, then they probably would have killed Aki, because Aki was there. They probably would have been able to kill Power because they, you know, she was there, and they wouldn't have been distracted by the whole ghost devil thing. And then, of course, she does what I thought was going to be the clutch move and reawakens Denji. I thought Denji was going to be able to fight the sword guy off because the sword guy was wounded, but no, sword guy is just way too much of a threat. Literally just bisects him and then he drops. Like, what? Because, like, we knew it was over as soon as he did this stance. I mean, it's literally him doing, like, a drawing, the drawing of a sword, right? The sheath, and then you pull it and you do the really quick, unavoidable attack. He's behind you and you've been cut in half. I mean, it's like the samurai, you know, whatever. Which I'm just amazed that he did it twice. One to Aki and one to Denji, and then was just too much of a threat each time. At least Aki didn't get cut in half. Aki had that suit on. And there's literally, is this for, like, brains on the pavement? That's just dark. Poor Arai as well. Arai was, I liked Arai fine. But yeah, they thought they killed Makima. I suppose, I wonder what happened with her skull. Because here, like, there's still the blood on her face and dribbling from her nose. So, like, was she shot but then regened? Like, how many contracts does she have? Because here, like, she's cleaned all the blood off her face to, like, keep up the idea that she wasn't even shot at all. But she was shot. You know? Because she was hiding it. She was hiding that she... You know, so I think she was shot, but then she somehow like, it didn't kill her. And, or she just gave the impression to everyone that she was shot. It could be both of those, right? With the focus on the hallucinogens and, like, the false reality kind of stuff. Whatever power she's using, it seems... I'm kind of guessing that the Raven power that's letting her target people is different from the power that's letting her squish people. Reason being that they said her devil contracts, plural. So thinking of that, like, maybe she's got a contract with the Raven Queen or whatever, right? And that contract lets her get vision, while a contract with whatever is doing the squishing, maybe freaking, I don't know, the devil, the judgment devil, or the what's the guy that said, like, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, or whatever? His name, devil, because that's kind of what it is, right? She's sacrificing, she's killing someone here to kill someone else somewhere else. Though that's different from eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, or eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, right? Because that's like a revenge thing. Or, like, you do unto others as they did unto you, as, like, a form of justice, you know? But for Makima, it's like, I'm going to sacrifice this person here in this ritualized way in order to ice someone else. Reminded me, honestly, of Death Note, you know, because she had to get them to say the name. So there's a need to know their name, maybe coming from the bird as well. Who knows? You know, I don't think Denji's dead, despite being literally cut in half. I think if we go over to his bottom half and then pull his cord, I think Pochta is going to be able to reconnect him. Sword guy getting his arm cut off on the other hand, or hand? More hand cut off than arm. Seems to be, yeah, right. Like, what? She literally, like a, I don't even know how to describe this. She just flips over him casually. And she's in her stupid little sneakers. And then no looks, shoots him in the back twice. The sword guy even, he crawls into the truck, right? I think he gets into the van here. You can die in the van. Great line. And then she just holds Denji and looks like, I don't know, it's like she's so stressed, but somehow she's also the one that, in the most stressful situation of the entire story, was the most clutch, other than Makima. But Makima, of course, is just like OP. Because that's my girl Makima. Wow, yeah, I wasn't ready for that. A great episode. A great episode. These Scarf Faces, they don't want to become part of her division or whatever. Her division is scary. Makima's division is scary. She definitely is using, like, would be willing to sacrifice people, I'm thinking. You know, she doesn't seem to... Like, she takes care of her dogs. But at the same time, she seemed to have known that they were going to get attacked and didn't say anything, which led to Araya dying and led to Himeno dying. So she doesn't take that good care of all of her dogs. She just takes care of the ones she feels like she needs to until she needs to get rid of them or sacrifice them for some greater purpose. So at least, like, I somehow trust that Makima... Dude, I think I'm being gaslit by her. Or something. Not gaslit specifically, but I think I've been mentally manipulated by her. Because I just trust her. I think that, like, her ritualistic, mystic, you know, sacrifice of these people, combined with her foresight that they were going to get attacked, you know, combined with her taking care of Denji and being part of a government agency that opposes the what seems to be evil organization of the Gun Devil, however that's organized. I mean, all those factors combined make me kind of think like, okay, whatever Makima's doing, it might be necessary to, like, succeed with getting rid of the Gun Devil, making sure Denji stays, you know, somewhat healthy and alive. Or something. I don't even know what to say about Denji. I don't even know, like, what the goal is here that much. Like, whose goal should I be trying to, like, associate myself with as the audience, you know? Because I always try to, like, immerse myself into a character so I can, like, emotionally connect with what their goals are. Denji wants to touch boobs and, you know, have his first time with Makima by killing the Gun Devil. But that's, like, such a, like... I mean, yeah, I mean, Makima's hot, but, like, what? You know, like, it's hard for an audience member to put themselves into. Which means I think I'm defaulting from Denji to Makima. It's like, okay, let me just, whatever Makima's doing, whatever Makima's goals are, I'll work with that for now. Yeah, and it's definitely, the squishing ability either has to do with the Raven, or the Raven, or whatever, the Crow, or whatever you want to call it, is used as scouting to target with the squishing ability. It could be 2 abilities, it could be 1 ability. I kind of like the idea of 2, that it's intertwining different devil contracts, just because it's cooler, and she was kind of stated to have multiple. So yeah, I'm totally here for that. Sword Guy's a problem. Hopefully he's permanently wounded. I didn't really get an impression that he has a regenerative ability. Chainsaw feels very regenerative because it's got the core of the heart, and then it, like, pulls his pieces back together. Pochita pulls Denji's pieces back together. Sword Guy doesn't... It's hard to know. And he probably has regen if he, like, drinks blood or does something, you know? But I can dream that all these injuries combined will either be somewhat permanent damage to him and or just gets him out of commission for a very long time, because I'm not trying to fight him. No, man, his rematch with Denji one day is going to be insane if they do rematch. Another quick point I wanted to, like, make, I kind of thought for a moment that the Snake Devil, like, the reason that her... Or let me say it like this way. If a devil is... Okay, think of this. I have a good example. Makima, right? Makima with whatever devil she's using. She's not sacrificing any part of her. You know? She's sacrificing somebody else in a ritual. And that's what's causing the devil to take effect. You know, as far as, like, when she actively calls upon the ability, she's not sacrificing parts. That's different than, like, most of these other ones, at least. Because, I mean, Aki... sacrifices like skin grafts, you know, and like years of his life with the cursed sword. Don't really know what's happening with Kobeni. She's kind of a mystery. I don't know what her devil is. I don't even know what she's doing. She's just hopping and jumping around like a madman. And then of course Himeno sacrificed everything to use her devil. So I was kind of thinking, what if the snake devil like isn't requiring that much of a sacrifice because it wants whatever she wants? Like if your goals align with your devil's goals, then how much do you really have to sacrifice if both of you are truly working towards the same end, right? I mean, think freaking Pochta and Denji, right? Them two, their goals aligned so much, and they were like they had so much teamwork and like synergy that for him to call upon the chainsaw, it's not causing him permanent damage. I mean, it hurts because it's chainsaws coming out of him and he's like losing blood, but it's not like he's having to sacrifice parts of his lifespan or anything to call upon that, because there's no it's not a transaction really. It's more just using the relationship they have, which is represented like, you know, with Pochta being his heart. So like if we like the sword guy, is the sword guy like the guy himself and the sword devil or whatever he's attached to, do them two like, do they have that same synergistic relationship going on in the same way that Denji has? I'm kind of thinking yes. I'm kind of thinking that could be the case. But I don't know anything about the sword devil. Or whatever devil he is. I'd assume sword because he seems to have swords coming out of his forehead. And I don't know about the guy himself that much. We've gone very little of like his motivations and like the Gun Devil organization's motivations as a whole. But I'm kind of thinking that they're working together instead of just transactioning things to each other. You know, and final thing on that, Aki with the Fox Devil, you know, the Fox Devil likes to work with handsome men or whatever. That was kind of a little like mini point. That kind of like, I think is part of that, where if the devil and the person, you know, are amicable to each other in some manner, then there's then the transactional part isn't as like painful or horrifying. Something like that. Maybe attuning yourself with your devils or the devils of society and properly using them is like a good thing or something. I don't know. Let's look at ED5 real quick. Just for a lyric pass. Of course, we've already seen ED5 and 6. But I feel like I don't know, I just want to watch the ED. Hopefully this one does have lyrics. I'm pretty sure it has lyrics. Okay, yeah, here we go. Ooh, wait, look how cool it is. Look, it's doing the reflection thing. Okay, wait a sec. I think I've got a problem. When the morning comes, I'll still be here in hell. Fair. This is just them in the hotel, right? Thinking back, it started with a simple little moment. Freaking kill Benny. I'm done with her. I love her so much. She's the best. Head was twisting, turning, face was damp with sweat. I made a trade for a momentary win. I gave my life and soul away to sin. Ooh, that's a crazy line. I gave my life and soul away to sin. I mean, that's like forming contracts with devils? Question mark. Now I'm consumed with anxiety. I wake to discover I've turned into a monstrous bug. That's a reference to, what's the name of the thing where the guy woke up and he was a bug? William Blake, question mark? I don't freaking know. Guy wakes up as bug. Kafka, Franz Kafka. I don't know why I said William Blake. I don't even know who William Blake is, I'm gonna be honest. The Metamorphosis by Kafka. It was a guy who woke up to be a bug. I don't know the story, I just know that it is a story. Wait, who the heck is William Blake? Oh, he was a poet. About 100 years before, what was the guy's name? Kafka. Cool, very cool. Cool little analogy to pull in. Not that I like understand the significance of it well enough to commentate, you know, in a cool way, but. Junk-crusted vocal clamor shouting to the sky. Holy crap. Dude, I love how, look at these subtitles, because I'm pretty sure this is like a fan subbing, but like the way that the blood from this is like going into the subtitles and they're like wrapping around the sides and everything. So cool. Shutting up the effing garbage, laughing from the crowd, take all your grumbling and shove it up your ass. And they're probably, you know, I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. Because if you want to go, I'll gladly pummel you to dust. But I'm going to take a broader point of view. That's interesting. I'll do just what you want and fall until I hit the bottom. I mean, that makes me think of Denji. Denji doing what Makima wants until he's going to eventually crash and burn. Right? All that could guide me this far was remaining right behind you. One day, a day will come when I escape your shackles and your curse. I mean, for it to be Aki here, and like we very clearly see the sword on his back, this almost feels like, I mean, I could read this a couple ways, right? Aki, of course, has the curse devil on his back, so to say, I escape your shackles and your curse, maybe whatever contract he's formed with the curse devil is something that he wishes to escape from after he kills the gun devil, or like after the gun devil dies. Could be something going on there. That's kind of very speculative, but the use of curse here combined with his sword made me think that. As well as, I mean, maybe he sees his revenge for the against the gun devil as a curse and as shackles that he wishes to escape from, but not escape as in he gives up on it, but escape as in he conquers it by killing him and then he's freed. Which is a cool way to read revenge as like something that you need to escape from and be free up from. Wait a sec, I think I might be looping. Stuck inside a room. I'm straining to find a door. It isn't there. There's really no way to escape. Good. Is there a chance you'd have a clue? Woo! Okay, there were some pretty juicy lyrics in this. Trading soul for sin, very devilish. This bit with eyes was cool as well. Ooh, makes me think of Makima. Makima got that eye focus. This shot, of course, and this is more of the OP or the ED itself. It's very like heaven and hell, right? I can be your angel, I can be your devil. Angel, of course, right? Because she's got a halo here on the left. On the right, she just has nothing. It's like this black curtain behind her. I don't know, very cool imagery, though I've already, watched, or I've already talked about that in the, whatever episode this correlates to, episode 5 or 6 or whatever. So probably 5, because it's ED5, but who knows. Not sure if the first ED counted as ED1 or not, because it was just the Chainsaw Blood song, Which, again, is a great song. Okay, let's look at episode 6 real quick. ED6, I mean. ED6 with the lyrics. The visuals are so good every time. Wait, you know what? Real quick, the ED we watched, ED9, or the one that we just watched for this episode, dude, it reminds me of ED for Made in Abyss Season 2. That's what it reminds me of. The song being Endless Embrace or whatever. The visual-wise has some similarities. Very cool. All right. ED6. There's things I've seen that are awful, or I haven't seen yet that are awful. When folks get to pushing 30, no one wants to stay single. Okay, fair. Our cerebral rendezvous. Wait, how do you pronounce that? Rendezvous? Our cerebral rendezvous. Just gotta dance through our dependence. Oh, these lyrics are crazy. We're all screaming, we're all laughing, that's how we live our lives. That's true. Soon we dance with pride and hubris. Okay, so like, the cerebral rendezvous is like the living of life. That's such a cool way to frame it. Cerebral rendezvous. I like that a lot. But it's also like a delving into like the abyss or into the pits, right? I mean, we get description of how do they word it here? There's things I haven't seen yet, things that are like awful. Things so awful and repulsive that it would all blur. So I've been around the world, but there's still things I've never had to see. It's not even that I've gotten to see, but I haven't had to see it. You know, things so awful and repulsive that it would all blur. And then it moves on to like, you don't want to stay single, you don't want to be lonely, very dingy things. But then for like the cerebral rendezvous is like how we live life, full of screaming and laughing and pride and hubris and all these things. And then there's all these moments that are like dropped into this spiraling bloody abyss, you know, bloody stairs going up and up and up. And these moments, of course, correlate to each of the different characters. I mean, we have like Makima holding Denji. We have, I think there was a shot with Pochita. We have Himeno. We have Aki. We have all these like important moments. And then Denji dives down into it. Or like drops down into it, rather. And then the door like closes again. So it's like, could you say that he is delving into those horrible things that he never had to see, right? And that, you know, he's like coming to terms with it. Or like, not even coming to terms with it, but just diving into it, diving into the horrible things he hasn't had to see. I could totally see that, and I totally like that. Like a dog with no one to snuggle with, you're feeling kind of lonely. Great reference to Denji with Pochita, right? You know, Pochita, his fears of like Pochita being alone or whatever, because that's kind of what we talked about with Power. Like, how did Power feel? Or like when he was empathizing with Power and Meowie. It was like, oh yeah, when I was looking for Pochita and I had lost Pochita that one time, I was so happy to be able to snuggle with Pochita that night, you know? But for Power didn't get to snuggle with Meowie because Power didn't find Meowie, right? So this in ED6 is referencing all of that, you know, like a dog with no one to snuggle with. That's Pochita in that situation when Denji and Pochita like had lost each other. You're feeling kind of lonely, so I don't know. I'm totally here for that. That's a good tie-in. I'm moving forwards even though I should have lost my way so many miles ago. I mean, that's just good, right? The endless movement forwards. Which is how life works as well. I mean, life is always moving forwards. Every breath you take is a step forwards. Wherever direction forwards is kind of, I guess, up to interpretation, if you kind of get what I mean by that. Because, you know, how are you defining what is forward? I guess you could say every breath is a step, but you're the one that chooses which direction it goes in. But at least, like, I feel like this ED's, you know, saying in the face of, it's also kind of all in the face of eternity as well. Because, you know, we got the spiral imagery. I think this is right when we had finished fighting the Eternity Devil. And currently are fighting the Eternity Devil. Oh, it probably is like right when Denji resolves himself to jump into the hole because with Aki getting stabbed, because that's like what he's doing at the end here. Great stuff. Totally here for it. I'm glad that these lyrics are able to pop off, you know, because of course I wasn't able to see that for the this episode, or for episode 5, episode 6, 7, 8, 9. So to be able to go back and like check some of those out is very cool. Hopefully, just as these fan translation EDs like come out, you know, with my secret little sources. But hopefully as they come, I'll be able to keep checking them out because they are very, very cool. Especially because the lyrics, you know, totally have a lot of like thought put into them. I mean, these are very thoughtful lyrics, I think, as it relates to Denji, as it relates to the moving through time, as it relates to jumping into the abyss, which is the imagery they use here. Totally here for all of it. Honestly, though, that'll probably do it for this episode of Chainsaw Man. We're approaching about almost an hour here, so not that matters. Honestly, what does it matter? I just personally have things I gotta go do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a busy boy. I'm a little busy little bee. But what doesn't matter if the episode's 4 hours long? I mean, that just means I had a lot to talk about, and that's wonderful, right? I mean, that does show like, for me to like be able to talk about the show for this long means it's a good show, and that applies to any show, because it's both an act of the show itself and the person like watching it to be able to keep pulling meaning out and keep tying things into it. Because of course, I mean, I could keep going on and on, but we'll save some of that. We'll save some of that for the intro for next episode, of course, because you know. Gotta save a little bit. Got some stuff I gotta brew on before I can like put it out into the world, put it out into your mind as like any sort of cohesive thought. Because you know, to ramble, anyone can ramble about nonsense, right? Like it's easy to ramble about nonsense. I could fill your your minds with just a bunch of jargon, like loosely tied things that don't really mean anything. And sometimes I probably do that to a degree, right? So to try to boil things down into like a cohesion and into a like a distilled, to distill it and boil it down and distill it into like a prime pure drop of insight, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I think that's valuable, perhaps more valuable than just endless word spam, which is, you know, something that can definitely occur with these types of videos, as I'm sure you are very well aware. But on to the next, I say, on to the next, episode 10. I think there's 12, maybe 13 total for Chainsaw Man, so it should be really exciting. Can't believe we're going to have to wait for a season 2. Hopefully that'll be a rather quick turnaround. But, I mean, with this level of animation, who knows? Though, yeah, crazy episode. Looking forward to the next one. Of course, if you like the video, subscribe if you are new. Comment down below if you have anything to say. Join the Discord if you want to talk to me there about it, about this, about the show, about anything. You, of course, are always welcome. I do really appreciate if you made it to the end of the episode. Not that many people do. I can check the analytics, you know, 12%, 11%, whatever it is. I appreciate you for being here. Not that many people make it here. And, of course, until the next episode, that's all I got for tonight. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.